I guess we're live. It's Sunday evening, the 3rd of August, 2025. In the United States, anyway, or the continental United States. And it's about 8 p.m. Central Daylight Time, which means Universal Time Coordinated. It's about 0100 tomorrow, the 4th of August, 2025. Time is just so strange, isn't it? So depending on who comes online here, we could be talking tomorrow. We could be talking to tomorrow, and they could be talking to yesterday, or chatting with yesterday. Or you could be talking or chatting with tomorrow, or chatting with yesterday, depending on what you put in the chat. So yeah, let's see what's going to happen here. Oh, back has been giving me fits, so it is what it is. Maybe you can hear the cicadas outside. It's that time of year. So we'll just see who happens to come online. So Sherman's getting out and being able to do that sunset thing. That's kind of a bummer, but you know, do the best you can what you got. Oh, JR, how are things in New Jersey? Did you get shook? And Shexby says hi, and JR says no. You mean you didn't feel the earthquake? And Yai Lightning says hi. Hi, Yai. Hi, Yai. Yeah. Looks like, my gosh, we got 20 people on board. Wow. Welcome aboard, everybody. Say hi in the chat. Yeah. And JR says that they didn't feel the earthquake. Whoa, okay. Maybe you'll feel the next one. And Shesby says, bro, I'm your new subscriber. Well, thank you. You don't have to do that. Seriously, you don't have to do that. You'll find out real quick. You know, my channel is all over the place, and you might not actually agree with everything I say or do. And yeah, I mean, you know, and I don't do the live thing on any kind of a regular basis. It's just kind of an irregular thing. So yeah, you don't have to subscribe, but thanks. You know, we all appreciate that. And we appreciate the likes too. We really do. Yeah. So, yeah. So where is everybody tonight? Or what'd you have for supper or breakfast or dinner, wherever you are in the world? I had, well, let's see here. Wait a minute. JR says, what is your favorite food? You know, JR, sometimes you just ask the toughest questions. I'm too old to have a favorite food. That's one of the crazy things about getting old. You know, you find out that you've enjoyed so many different things that you just can't have a favorite. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah. On Friday, my friend Kip, he brought over catfish nibbles and French fries and a little bit of baked beans and some coleslaw from one of the local dives here. And I've been munching on that for a couple of days. That's good, you know, but I mean, it's not the only good thing I have. Um, oh my gosh, my favorite food. No, I just can't pick one. I'm too old to pick a favorite food. What's your favorite food, JR? Or any of you? What are your favorite foods? Long pause here could be caused by most anything. And JR has finally come back and said, my favorite food is chicken and mashed potatoes. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Let's talk about chicken and mashed potatoes for a second. Of course, the rest of you, please chime in with your favorite foods too. You know, it's important we share this, you know, otherwise it's just a conversation between JR and I, and there's more than just JR and I out there. So, yeah, don't let us dominate the conversation. Chime in and let us know what your favorite food is too. Let's take this off in different directions. So, yeah, chicken and mashed potatoes, JR. I got to ask you, all right, do you strip the chicken off the bone and then dip it in the mashed potatoes like it's fondue? It's one of my favorite things to do when I have chicken and mashed potatoes, especially when it's fried chicken and it's gravy. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Just make a fondue out of it. Oh, I sure wish the rest of you would chime in with some of your either your favorite foods or your fun foods. Fun foods are yeah, let's talk about fun food. I mean, let's see here. Oh, yeah. Well, no, for the time being I can't. Um yeah. I I'm kind of house mount. Uh it just is the way it is. But you never know. You know, maybe how can I put it? Maybe there's a grown-up tooth fairy out there that'll come around and say, "Hey, Bruno, you know, I can help you do those, you know, sunset videos." You know, you never know, and maybe they'll happen again. But it's at the moment kind of beyond my capabilities. So, or as they used to say back when I was a kid, you know, ladies and gentlemen, due to technical difficulties beyond our control, we're unable to continue with the video portion of our program. However, we will continue with the audio portion. So please stand by. Yep, that's how it used to be back in the day when you had 3 channels on TV and you didn't have the, you know, all the modern technology we've got now. Yeah. So you know, so I wonder if anybody else is going to chime in with their favorite foods or their favorite fun foods or how they play with food. Do you like to play with your food? And JR is asking how my back is and how I'm feeling. Um, let's just say it's interesting. How about that? Can we do that? Just say it's interesting. Yeah. And of course, I'm always feeling better when I get to talk to you guys. You know, I don't get to see you guys, but I get to read what you have to chat about. That always helps. How about you? How are you doing? looking at the numbers at the top here, it says there's 3 people watching this at the moment, but nobody's saying anything. We're being watched. Scary. Whoops, now it's dropped down to 2. Must have scared somebody off. I always wonder if Bonnie's watching. I have a friend named Bonnie, and she lives not very far from here. And she does crafting. She makes these beautiful, beautiful wreaths and sells them at the farmer's market over there in Vincennes. And she's pretty busy doing it. Really beautiful stuff. Bonnie and I are quite close. She's married. Her husband is named Boyd. He's a retired farmer. Really, really, really nice people. Yeah. And JR says that over in New Jersey tomorrow it's going to be 92 degrees. Yeah. Did you guys get the break in the weather like we did? We've had 80s for the last 3 days, which has been a welcome relief. Yeah, but Bonnie and I, we're actually distant cousins. Or at least according to 23andMe, we think we are. So, yeah, it's really interesting. And Jalen Free comes aboard and says, hey, well, hey, Jalen, how are you doing? Where are you at? Okay. And Jalen says, I need to share something, get it off my chest. So, JR, hang on a second. I'll get back to your question. Yeah, Jalen, go ahead. What do you got? What do you got going on? Ooh, that's pretty heavy stuff. You know, I'm not going to read that, Jalen. First, out of respect for your privacy. Second of all, because that might not be something you'd want to share necessarily with other people who might view might view this this live stream at a later time. Yeah. And I'm confused by that because I don't understand. See, I see a conflict in the statement you've made. And, you know, that's something that, you know, that's something that you need to work on. I'm not dissing you for it. Please understand, I'm not dissing you for it. But you do need to find an outlet for that. And you need to find a positive outlet for that. Because, you know, the way I see things, in God's eyes, all right, we all put our pants on the same way, right? And women are known to wear pants too, all right? I mean, we all put our pants on the same way. And, you know, he's going to look at it and he's going to, like, you know, none of us is any better than anybody else. Yeah. 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 Well, that's something you're going to have to work on. That's something you're going to have to work on. So just understand, Jalen, there's a lot of people of all ages here, okay? And, you know, we got to maintain a level playing field. So Let's see if JR's still here. JR wanted to know what my favorite Bruce Springsteen Bruce Springsteen song is. Boy, that's an interesting question. Oh, and Pat's aboard. Hey, Pat, how are you doing? You know, how's been the quads working out for you? Let's see here. Back to the Bruce Springsteen thing. Let's see here. I'm trying to think. Did he do Little Pink Houses? Does anybody remember if Bruce Springsteen did Little Pink Houses, or who did Little Pink Houses? Yeah. Small Town, that was a good one. Yeah. Just a kid from a small town. Yeah. So, Pat, we were talking earlier about food, and JR was asking me about what my favorite food was. Oh, wait a second. Let's read what Pat has here. Doing well. Sorry for not joining the lives. Quads are going great. Just finished camp. So, Pat, yeah, that's cool, Pat. Yeah, Pat's been busy doing the live, or been doing the quads and band camp and all that, and going to be busy with after school practice. And really, Pat, you haven't missed anything because I have hardly done any live streams lately. You know, just one of those things I haven't done. So you ain't missed a thing. But what I was asking you, and I've asked, you know, trying to ask everybody this, is what's your favorite fun food? You know, the food you get that you can't help but play with while you're eating. You know, with me, you know, it's chicken and mashed potatoes and gravy, right? You know, fried chicken, mashed potatoes, gravy. I'm sorry, there's going to be a mess. You know, but you know, how about you guys? You know, I mean, like when you make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, do you spread the peanut butter and get it all nice and even, and then you make a face with the jelly? You know, if it comes out of a squeeze bottle like ketchup, you know, you can make it. You can make like a face in the make a face in one side of the, you know, one side of the sandwich, and then just, you know, plop the other slice of bread on top of it and smear it all around. Oh, and Pat says cheese sticks. When I get those cheese pulls, I like to swing them around and play with them. Yep. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's starting to get dark here pretty quick. Yeah, it's starting to look pretty red. Let me see if that helps a little bit. Yeah. Just a touch. Yeah. Let's see here. Hey, Jalen, how about you? Do you have a favorite food you like to play with? Just waiting for responses. Oh. Reaching over here trying to reach for my refreshment. And Pat's chimed in. He says here, I went to DCI, that's Drum Corps International, not too long ago, and I got to saw. It's a one-in-a-lifetime experience. The bands there were incredible. I got to see Carolina Crown, the Blue Devils, and the Bluecoats live. Cool. I'm only quiet because I'm remembering. See, I've actually never seen Drum Corps International, but back in the day when I lived in Bloomington Normal, Illinois, they used to have band camp up there, and my gosh, it was all over town. I mean, every high school field it seemed like, and every college field. And we had two college, or actually two universities there. We had Illinois State and Illinois Wesleyan. They were just spread out all over the place. And oh my gosh, and of course Illinois State's home of the Redbirds, and they had what they called the Big Red Marching Machine, and yeah, I actually never got to hear them perform, but back in the day I used to work evenings, and back when I was park cop and stuff like that, and you could hear them. You'd roll down the windows. My gosh, you could be 3-4 miles away, and you could hear them practicing all over town. All the drums. That sound would just carry for miles. Yeah. And JR's asked Pat, how the weather's going, and Pat's replied, the weather is all over the place. We went from hot, unbearable to insane storms. My yard was flooded today. Yeah, hopefully you didn't have any damage. Yeah. I know my lawn's gotten a little bit high, but I did talk to my guy who comes around and mows. He's been on vacation for a week and a half, and before he left, we had gotten so much rain that the lawn got a little bit too high. So I actually had him raise my deck on the mower, so he could mow it a little bit high and not kill the grass. And but it's now gotten really out of control. So yeah, I might actually have to have him come twice this week if possible. Once to mow it tomorrow, and then give it a day or two to rest, and then maybe Thursday or Friday, so he can cut it down and get it back under control. If you cut it too much all at once, you risk killing the grass. Yeah. So Pat reports that they didn't have any damage. It was up to above our feet, so it wasn't that bad. My Mimi is mad about it because the realtor said it was a flood-free zone. Well, it might have been a flood-free zone before the house got built. I mean, one of the craziest things I ever saw was back down in Omaha, Illinois. I attended a church, actually it's a mission church down there for a couple of years. And the mission church was actually built on the top of a hill. This is no kidding. It had been a school at one time, all right, but it had been converted into a church. And but it's set at the top of the hill. So there was the school structure, which was, and this is, mind you, this is all brick on top of a concrete, or on top of a foundation that was, cement or cinder block, or actually it was a combination of both, because I think there was a slight addition made to it. So here's this thing up on top of a hill, right? Well, before I got there, several years before I got there, the people who bought it, and they converted it first into a house and then into a church. And one of the things they did was that they upgraded the sidewalk that went around, went around the church structure, right? When they did that, they actually changed the way everything drained away from the church. And the other interesting thing is that they weren't aware that structures actually sink. And as a result, we'd get substantial rains. And here's this big building up on top of a hill with a basement. And the basement would flood. No kidding. Big building on top of a hill. But because they had made the errors in not considering drainage, they messed it up and the place would flood. Yeah, real interesting. So Pat's reported here. Well, JR had asked how Pat was doing. Pat said that their day is well. I'm starting sophomore year this week. I have open house tomorrow, and my brother has freshman orientation. My brother starts school Tuesday, and I start Wednesday. I find it weird that our high schools start in alphabetical order. Huh. Yeah, I guess that is kind of weird. Tuesday, and I start Wednesday. So, yeah, so F does come before S, doesn't it? Yeah. And JR starts his high school in September. Ouch. Excuse me. Yep. Yeah, I remember when I was a kid in California, school started in September. And we were already, when we moved from California back to Illinois, back when I was about, 10 years old, 9, 10 years old, we left California and school had already been started for 2 weeks. We got back here to Illinois. We had missed a month of school already because it started so much earlier than it did. Yeah. And Pat's comparing notes with JR as to who starts school first. And Pat's shot back at JR that he's lucky he doesn't start until September. Yeah. And JR is talking about his birthday. Yeah. Of course, the way he's written it, he's not born yet. He's the anniversary of your birthday is that day, JR. Your birthday is celebrated on that day. Okay? Your actual birthday happened a while back. Otherwise, somebody could say, like I just did, you haven't been born yet, the way you wrote it. I'm just giving you a hard time, kid. I'm guilty of the same thing. We're just having fun. Oh, heck. Oh, my left arm gets so sore doing this. So JR, I can't remember. Do you play any musical instruments? Ooh. Oh, you just oh wow. Yeah. Well, how can I put it? It is what it is, but you do have a gift. You do have a gift, You have a curiosity about the weather and about transportation, and about the news. You have a focus. That's a good thing. Be able to focus on things like that. That can be a good thing. I still think you can, I think we talked something about, what was it? The channel. You wanted to do a channel, or no, that was another fella out west. It was in New Mexico, I think it was. That his dad. Well, anyway, back to Jr. I'm sorry, I'm getting out there, but yeah, Jr. You may not be. How can I put it? Just because people put those labels on you doesn't mean you're not capable. All right. I'm not saying that you're not working hard enough. What I'm saying is you have a gift. You may not know what it is yet, but you got a gift. And when you find it, you're going to be able to make something of it. I know you can. Yeah. Yeah, we all have our burdens. We all have our burdens. The important thing is that we don't focus on those, or let other people focus on those burdens and try to make us into something less than everybody else is. I saw a video the other day on YouTube. Young woman, she was in, I would say she'd been in college or had roommates, and she's actually paralyzed in her arms. And she reported that some of her roommates were quite cruel because they were getting ready to go out for an evening, I think is how this all worked out. And she was unable to pull up the zipper on the back of her dress. And her roommates taunted her with that and said that she should, go out and hire a caregiver and pay them because they weren't her caregiver. I saw that and I was like, my gosh, how cruel some people can be. And Pat here is saying to JR, here's my advice. If I can do marching band, being a bit overweight and being autistic, then you can do whatever you set your mind to. The only limit is your imagination. And JR asked, do you still remember News 43 with JR? Well, I know I do. Yeah. But yeah, Pat, that's the best advice. And, to lead by example and give that advice is still good. That's still good. Yeah. You got to remember, JR, you and Pat are a lot closer to the same age. So, what I repeat here, that's just an old man talking. When it's somebody close to your same age, that can make a big difference. That's, that's, good stewardship and good leadership skills. And of course, JR says thank you to Pat. Yeah. And JR said here to Pat, he says, you are a gift too. It's a kind thing. It's good to see that. It's good to see them share between each other. And Pat's just said here, I hope a video of one of our marching band performances come out online so I can share it with y'all. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be wonderful. That would be. It's funny because this may sound like it's going off in a really weird direction, but stay with me for a second. Just before I came online this evening, I watched a video, and it was a remembrance of Laura Branigan. And before that, I had seen another video that was put up that actually was a remembrance of a class, actually the Beverly Hills High School class of 1980. I was class of 1980, but a little town, 2,500 miles away. And the wonderful thing about these videos and these recordings is that they're a gift that keeps giving. They help to refresh our memories and keep them alive. They really do. I might grouch a lot about, artificial intelligence and things like that, and, some things. But what we have here with YouTube, I think, is or has the potential to be something that, as the generations that come along behind mine, meaning you, JR, and you, Pat, are going to benefit from in a way that my generation and the generations before us couldn't. I think that by being able to go back into this vast library, so to speak, of recorded events, be it a drum corps competition or performance, or looking at past events like the news or the weather, or the documentation that JR's doing, taking pictures and looking at different trucks. Those all act as mnemonics, and they all help stimulate our memories. And you're all a part of that. And now Pat's chimed in here. Don't get me started about AI, artificial intelligence. I hate the fact that it's starting to take over the animation industry. Animation is my passion and dream job besides WGI, which is indoor percussion, and Drum Corps International. Well, there are people who still practice old school animation. You might not be able to do it as a profession, but no one is going to prevent you from doing it as an avocation. In other words, something you do just kind of for fun that you can share. And although your, quote unquote, the demand for your product may not be very high, what you will find, it's just like this channel, all right? It's not about the numbers I get, okay? It's never been about the numbers. It's never been about making money. No. I do this because I love people. I really do. And you guys come aboard and we share some time. And it's open to everybody. I mean, anybody who stumbles across this is more than welcome to chime in. Yeah. So yeah. I think that having an appreciation for old school animation would actually be a tremendous benefit to you if you were actually able to explore the newer tools that AI allows us to use to enhance the art. I don't think AI is ever going to be able to really master things like humor and compassion. It might think to, or it might try, but AI is so focused on logic, and logic isn't always fun. It's the illogical things that we do that give people a chance to laugh at us. And the funny situations we find ourselves in life. And I don't think AI is ever going to be able to touch it. I really don't. I really don't. So yeah. Just take the AI thing with a grain of salt. And JR's asking us to follow their videos. And yeah. Oh, I've got to move a little. My butt's starting to get sore. My butt's getting bony. Don't have the cushion back there I used to. JR says, God bless America. Yeah. He definitely has. We should be more mindful of how much we are blessed. And we should build upon those blessings, and we should share them. And well, Pat or JR, I think it's come down to just you and me. Oh, man. And like I said, I'm starting to take a bit of a set. And we've been on here for about 45 minutes. So, yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up if that's all right by you. So, you guys all have a great night and a great day tomorrow. And, we always wrap these things up. And thank you, Pat. And thank you, JR. Appreciate it. Good luck and Godspeed. Hope to see you around town.